So first of all, most women will not be upset if you don't approach us. Second of all, if you were actually listening, you would know that approaching isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Because he has the eye of the tiger.
He does have the eye of the tiger. Are you sure about that?
You need to start listening, not just to follow some instruction on how to not be a creep. You need to listen to understand. You need to listen to understand our perspective. That means listening and absorbing content from women discussing our point of view every day.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't.
Listening openly and humbly to understand our perspective, not to follow some instruction of what you're supposed to do, but to understand how we're feeling. If you did that, then you would know what to do. I have an entire playlist on how to approach women without being creepy. I have an
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Why?
entire playlist on understanding women's point of view. I have an entire playlist on what creepiness even is so that you can understand it better. What's really cool is if you start to actually understand, then you won't have to memorize any tips. It'll be automatic. It'll be innate because you understand our point of view. When I saw a kid crying at Disney World, I didn't have to have somebody explain to me how to approach a child. I simply thought about what it was like from their point of view and how scary I might be to them. No one ever told me, okay, you need to stay this far apart. You need to get down on one knee and you need to look them in the eyes so that you're on their level. And you need to ask them, can I help you? Is everything okay? No one had to tell me how to do it because I could understand their point of view and have empathy for the position that they were in. Listening to women isn't going, okay, fine, I won't approach you anymore, angry lady. It's listening to understand why we're feeling what we're feeling. When you understand our point of view, it's going to get so much easier, but you are going to have to work to understand our point of view. If you are unable or unwilling to actually listen to understand women, then yeah, absolutely. Please don't approach us. You're not the ones we want approaching us.
So I know this lady seems like she's trying to help, but in all reality, man, none of this matters. Like if you look good, none of this matters. If you have a swag about you or a way that you carry yourself that is attractive to the average woman, don't know. And if you have those two things and you got money, don't even listen to what she just said, bro. Like she's setting you up for failure. There's no look. To some degree, maybe there's a little bit of truth to how you approach a woman, but what she just gave you was a homework assignment, and I'm not interested, bro. That doesn't even sound like it would work. Even if it did, by the time I got through the end of the homework assignment, I don't even want to do it no more. So good luck having people guesstimate how they want to approach you and all that stuff. Hopefully it work out for you, lady. Because other than that, I don't know what to tell you.
Boys don't ask you out anymore. What they do is they look at you from across the room and they'll be like, huh, she's pretty. I bet that's my wife. And then they just like take out their phone and watch basketball clips on YouTube Shorts. They're just like, oh, nice. And I think that's why the birth rate is dropping, honestly.
This camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
I mean, honestly, for the younger people out there who are born in this generation, a generation where they hate men, a generation where men are told anything that has to do with being a man, people are not interested. A generation where men are constantly told nobody wants to be approached of the opposite gender. A generation where men are constantly told anything you do is bad, anything women do is great. Why in the world, in this day and time, would they have the faith to want to approach these modern women? That doesn't even make sense. If you come from a different generation, you remember when women were a little different. Maybe the world's changed, whatever you want to call it. Maybe I'm old, who cares? I'm just saying at the end of the day, I can remember when it was, you could approach women and not have so much of a headache. Nowadays, come on, man. Let's get real.
So why do men no longer come up to women? I asked this in a TikTok last week and it got so many comments, especially from men. And I just want to preface this with, this was no shade to men. This post was no shade to men, and neither is this one. I was just genuinely curious and asking. I love men, I think they're awesome, and I think that they're a little confused right now. But most of their responses said something like, we were told not to go up to you guys, and we were told that you want to be left alone, and you just want your own space, and you don't want us approaching you. Which for some women that can absolutely be true, but I love meeting people in person, and I just think that it takes a confident person to go up to someone when you see them in person, and I think it's a really cool way to meet people rather than meeting people online.
So correct me if I'm wrong. This might be a dumb question, but why don't you do it yourself? You said all these good things about, how much confidence and all that great stuff that it takes to do the approaching and to how much of it's a cool way to meet somebody in person. Why not just start approaching men then? Oh, that's too much to ask. See, here's the problem with the modern day thinking with these women is that they feel like they can just lay back and soak up all the attention. And then the sad part about it as well is that what they don't even tell you is that if you approach them and they don't like you, it's just a confidence boost for them. So it's exercise in futility to some degree. Now, this is going to be the end of the video, y'all. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified the next time that I upload. Also, join the Discord. Link is in the bio. And I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.